Boxing doctor in the house. This is an interesting fight that happened over the weekend between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. What an amazing fight. This kind of fight, it doesn't happen often. And these fighters, both of them, they wanted this fight to happen, and it did. And we gotta give them credit. Win or lose, both of them, fought their heart out. Terence Crawford came out being the champion. He displayed exceptional footwork, hand speed, and I think a lot of people got confused the kind of strength he brought in. And I remember when Tank Davis was fighting Ryan Garcia, people are looking at Ryan Garcia being a tall guy, and they're giving him that chance. So, you see, in this fight, when people looked at Errol Spence Jr. and they looked at his size, they looked at how big he is, and that's what they were concentrating on. I remember when I was speaking a few hours earlier to Kevin Kelly, legendary fighter, fought against the likes of Prince Naseem Ahmed. He was telling me, look at Sean Porter when he fought against Terence Crawford, and look how he destroyed him. And look at how Errol Spence Jr. fought against Sean Porter. He struggled in that fight against Sean Porter. So there were some keys in this in those fights. If you understand what I'm saying, you got to pick up the performance. How did Errol Spence performed against Sean Porter, and how did Terence Crawford performed against Sean Porter? So it gave us some understanding. And another thing is, it left a lot of people speechless because they didn't realize the strength Terence Crawford has, because they look at Terence Crawford as a smaller guy, and they didn't realize that he has the strength and he has the ability to keep up with Errol Spence Jr. And now what's next for Terence Crawford? We got Errol Spence Jr. The rematch, will that happen? And is the rematch necessary? Okay, so I know as a fighter he wants it, but is the fight necessary? That's a question. Because the thing is, there's a lot of questions there. Did that car accident affect Errol Spence Jr. and not take anything away from Terence Crawford? I don't know. We just have to see, because I think this is not the right time for Errol Spence to go take the rematch again. He can build himself again. There's a lot of great fights out there for him, and then he can come back and do the rematch. Then we got Jaron Ennis, also known as Boots. Yeah, that guy is special, real special. And we got Tszyu, okay, tough fighter, and Jermell Charlo. So all these guys in this division making this, there's a lot of interesting fights about to happen, and boxing is about to get, it's gonna be amazing fights coming up. And I believe Terence Crawford is a throwback fighter. He's just gonna get stronger as he goes up in the division. Guys like Pacquiao, Manny Pacquiao, and Floyd Mayweather, they accomplished so much in the sport of boxing, and they were so special because even before they retired, like Manny Pacquiao, he became 8 division champion. So before he retired, we already knew he's a legend. Okay, So, Floyd Mayweather, forget his record, but the people he faced, and the people he defeated, and when he retired, we knew that he's one of the legends. So we usually, when fighters, they retire, we know where their level is at and how legendary they are, and where they're at as a fighter and what they have accomplished. Terence Crawford, I believe he's gonna get stronger as he moves up in the division, and this is where it's gonna be interesting because the legacy of Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, we have a new cat. We have a new cat over here, and he's about to eat everybody up, man. So, but before he eats everybody up, man, I'll tell you something. Style makes fights. Just because Terence Crawford had an amazing night, he's still got to train hard. He's still got to work real hard because there's other cats out there. They're ready to take him out. So this sport of boxing, people love you today, and tomorrow they might not like you because people just want to see great performance. And, Floyd Mayweather did everything, he can, and to stay on the top. So a guy like Terence Crawford, he's hungry, and I see he's a special fighter, and he's not scared. He wants to make the fights happen, and I think fighters, recognizing his ability. And I think a lot of people are gonna avoid him. But you know what? Business is business. People are gonna come, win or lose, they wanna make that money. Because what happened at a certain point in Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather's career, fighters wanna face them because win or lose, it's like fighting them, it's like winning the lottery. So, there's a lot of great things about to happen for Terence Crawford. And I think the decision for Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. facing each other was exceptional. Why? Because I believe, in my opinion, a fighter like Terence Crawford, the skill level, the ability, people who are boxing fans, boxing trainers, boxers, they know who Terence Crawford is. But in reality, the public don't know who is Terence Crawford. And some people knew who Errol Spence Jr. is. But I think because of social media and the hype that was created for this fight to a certain level, I think, the performance Terence Crawford put and the video clips that is going around in social media, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, everywhere, I think people are gonna follow up and they wanna know who is Terence Crawford. They wanna know how he performs in this next fight. So I think Terence Crawford is about to blow up bigger than he is right now because I'm talking real talk, as much as the boxing fans, we love Terence Crawford, but in reality, not too many people knows him. And, that's why Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao was so big. So when the fight did happen, it was the fight of the century. And that was the most, I think, the biggest payday in the history of boxing, that fight. And I think that's why Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., that fight was difficult to make because promoters wanted to delay this fight. Why? Because they wanted to reach that level, that pinnacle of that, that level where Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather was. But I think it's difficult. For many reasons for that, to reach that level. It's because they came in a different time and how they fought certain fighters, right? And Manny Pacquiao moved up divisions very quickly and got those titles. Floyd Mayweather, he was exceptional in the lower division, very tough. and those exposures was there. But that exposure for Terence Crawford, I believe people didn't see much of Terence Crawford, and he deserved it. We hear a lot about certain fighters from top rank, but in my opinion, we don't hear that much about Terence Crawford. And some of you guys might hear this and say, what is he talking about? What I'm saying is, when you hear fighter's name, you should know who he is. And I think this time around, after how he performed, Terence Crawford, and because of social media, he's blowing up. The clips are moving around. People are they're gonna tune in, for sure. They're gonna tune in, and the name Terence Crawford is gonna become a household name. And if he's moving up, the sky is the limit, because you have Floyd Mayweather and you have Manny Pacquiao. Now you have Terence Crawford. Okay, so what's gonna happen? We just wish Terence Crawford nothing but the best, because he's bringing all that entertainment, man, growing up watching boxing. And we know this guy, Boots, Jaron Ennis, this guy is special from Philadelphia, okay? Jermell Charlo, all these guys are still there for Terence Crawford. So, a lot of things are about to happen. So, you know what? Let's keep our heads up and wish nothing but the best to Terence Crawford, and speak to you all soon.